My name is Madison, and today I'm going to talk to you about the Underground Railroad and how it led enslaved African Americans to freedom. I chose to talk about this topic today because it shows how ordinary people can do extraordinary things when they stand up for their freedom and their unity. So before the Underground Railroad, during the American Revolution, slaves were escaping to freedom by either joining British forces or by escaping up north. The American Revolution ended in 1783, and around 10 years later, the Fugitive Slave Act was passed. This caused escaped slaves to be able to be recaptured. Shortly after, escape routes began forming up north through Ohio and Pennsylvania, where slavery had been abolished. In 1820, the Missouri Compromise was passed, which made Missouri a slave state and Maine a free state, which caused national tension about slavery. Fast forward to 1833, where the Anti-Slavery Act was founded. This act was to advocate for the uncompensated slaves in the U.S. Around this time, the term Underground Railroad starts being used to describe the escape routes. People started using railroad words as secret code words like stations, meaning safe houses, or conductors, meaning guides, and passengers, meaning escaping enslaved people. The railroad, which wasn't really a railroad, spread across many northern states throughout Ohio, Pennsylvania, and New York. Some stations were hidden behind walls, they were hidden under barns, or even hidden inside church basements. In the 1840s, Frederick Douglass and Harriet Tubman escaped from slavery and then dedicated their lives to ending slavery. Tubman escaped from Maryland and made repeated trips down south, helping around 70 slaves to freedom. She helped hundreds more slaves by showing them the way, connecting them to safe houses. She used secret routes, code words, and night travel to stay hidden from slave catchers. Harriet Tubman showed amazing courage, faith, and strength, risking her life again and again to help others live free. In the 1850s, the Fugitive Slave Act was passed, making it even more risky to help slaves escape. And so because of that, the Underground Railroad expanded into Canada, where slavery was illegal. Around 30,000 to 40,000 people are believed to have escaped this way. During the Civil War years, the railroad kept working to help enslaved people reach Northern Territory. Harriet Tubman at this time became a spy and a nurse for the Union Army and helped free more than 700 enslaved people in one mission in South Carolina. In 1865 was when the 13th Amendment was passed, when slavery officially ended. The Underground Railroad's mission was complete, but its legacy of courage, hope, and freedom lived on. The Underground Railroad was not made of tracks or trains, but of bravery, hope, and unity. It showed that when people stand together for what is right, freedom can find a way, even in the darkest times. The courage of those who risked everything reminded us that one person's light can guide many to freedom. And then I also have some fun facts that I added to add a little bit into this. So Harriet Tubman never lost a single passenger whenever she was leading them to freedom, and songs were used to guide slaves, like one of them was called Follow the Drinking Gourd, and it would guide slaves to freedom through its lyrics, which told them directions up north. And then most escapes happened at night to avoid slave catchers, which is why Harriet chose to guide most of the slaves at night. And then some of the safe houses still stand here today. And then these are my notes for my thing. I have the timeline, and I have my opening right here. I have like my closing, and then my fun facts. That's it. Thank you.